course of our marriage, I've really seen how our understanding of stewardship has evolved, and you've helped me tremendously with that.
Thank you.
I didn't really start to even really think much about stewardship until after we were married. You know, I would contribute to churches that I attended, but I wasn't really thoughtful about it until we were married. So thank you for helping me in my understanding of my continued understanding of what stewardship is. So that said, how do you feel like it has come to play a role in our lives, in our full lives, not just stewardship season within the church?
I think the fact that when you and I sit down and have our budget talks, and the first thing we do is we look at what money is coming out of that budget, what we're going to give and where it's going to go and what we're going to give to. And then we structure the rest of our living around that. We really have tried to think about it, I think, in terms of first fruits, and to really honor that concept. And then the rest of the budget gets built around that. And I think we've both come to find a real joy in doing that when you think about the impact that your gifts make and just the gratitude that I feel when we are able to give back and to share what has been graciously given to us by God.
Yeah, and the other thing I found it is to be very freeing, rather than every time there's an opportunity to give to the church, thinking, okay, what can we afford? That question's eliminated up front because we determine up front, here's what we're going to give, and then the budget is what it is after that. Right. And to me, that's kind of freeing. It frees up, it eliminates some of the questions around giving, and I find that very freeing.
Yeah, that's a really good observation, and I would agree. I feel like it's actually easier when you just make that designation first, and then, as you said, it really frees you up to plan the rest around it.
The other thing I would say about stewardship is what it's come to mean to me over the years and how that's evolved. I think of stewardship in a couple of ways. One is sort of the traditional being good stewards of the gifts God has entrusted to us, and I think that's a fairly common understanding of stewardship. But I've also really over the years started to associate it with faith as well, because as I've said before, living in a country where we worship freely, there really aren't many ways that we take risk regarding what we believe. And taking risk with our money, or what can feel like taking risk, I think to me becomes an act of faith. And to your point, saying, okay, we're going to give this much money to the church off the top, and then we'll figure out our budget beyond that, to me is largely an exercise in faith, and I think that's an important aspect of stewardship.
Yeah, I would agree.